Hello, this is Ria and you're watching the News Point. A chilling medical scandal has shaken the nation. A report has exposed grievous safety lapses at the factory making Coldreff cough syrup, revealing unsanitary conditions, chemical irregularities, and hundreds of regulatory violations. This comes amid reports that more than a dozen children in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan died after consuming the syrup. Today, we take you inside the controversy, examine the findings, and ask what must be done to safeguard public health. The shockwaves from the Coldreff cough syrup case are reverberating across India. A 26-page inspection report into the Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu factory run by Sri Sun Pharmaceuticals has laid bare over 350 various violations, including neglect of basic hygiene, lack of qualified staff, and use of questionable chemicals. This tragedy is not hypothetical, it has real victims. In Chhindwara district of Madhya Pradesh alone, 14 children have reportedly lost their lives after consuming the syrup. Several more have fallen seriously ill. Let's unpack what the findings show and where accountability must lie. The inspection report paints a grim picture of how pharmaceutical ethics and regulations were ignored. Production was carried out amid rusty equipment, plastic pipes oozing residue, and vats of chemicals heated over gas stoves. The factory lacked qualified chemists to oversee critical stages. Raw materials were used without proper testing or certification. The supply chain itself was suspect. Industrial-grade propylene glycol, normally used in non-medical sectors, was procured through local chemical dealers, unverified and without documentation. Basic facilities were missing or in disrepair. No air handling units, poor ventilation, open drains, pest infestation, and no systems for cleaning, validation, or safety logs. The report flagged 39 critical violations and 325 major violations under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act, such as lack of filtration, lack of purity checks, no pharmacovigilance, and no batch release protocols. In short, what was supposed to be a regulated sterile process descended into chaos, a disregard for every standard that ensures medicines remain safe and effective. Deaths among children were at first alarm. Multiple infants and toddlers returned with symptoms of acute kidney failure, and autopsies confirmed traces of diethylene glycol, a toxic industrial chemical, in their system. Tests of the SR13 batch of Coldreff revealed a staggering 48.6% concentration of DEG, far above any permissible limit. By comparison, regulatory norms allow only a negligible fraction of such impurities. In response, states such as Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have banned the sale and distribution of Coldreff, and several other related batches from the same manufacturer are under immediate suspension. Authorities have launched investigations, suspended officials in the state drug control departments, and ordered detailed scrutiny of other pharmaceutical units. This horror story underscores glaring lapses, not just at the factory, but across oversight mechanisms. How did a syrup with almost 50% DEG enter the market, traverse states, and reach vulnerable children? If inspections were conducted, they either missed or ignored red flags. The regulatory chain, from licensing to periodic audits to supply chain checks, failed to detect or act in time. Accountability is diffuse. Manufacturers, supplier networks, drug regulators, distribution channels all share responsibility. The Coldreff cough syrup tragedy is a somber warning. When corners are cut in the name of profit, it is children who pay the ultimate price. The revelations of over 350 regulatory violations in a single plant should take the foundations of pharma governance in India. As investigations proceed, the central question will be whether this is a solitary case of negligence or a systemic breakdown. If the latter, public health is at major risk. The only path forward is uncompromising accountability, sweeping reforms, and rebuilding trust so that no parent ever fears giving a child a harmless medicine. We will continue to monitor the developments, bring you updates on investigations, regulatory changes, and voices from affected communities. Thank you for watching.